Hello there, people who have access to the internet and who are currently using it to watch this video. My name is Pun Food, or just Pun if you prefer. And we're back in Guest Star. Currently, we're right back after the end of the last episode, past the checkpoint. I had my dinner. Pretty good. You know. Do we need him? Not really. Okay. Anyway. So yeah, I'm back. What else? There is... We just gotta finish up this, Our goal is to just try and finish up this... Not just this. We want to try and get through level 4 by the end of, today's episode. I don't want anyone else, really. Yeah. So, if we can get through level 4 by the end of the episode, I would call that a success. I don't think I want to try to push for level 5. Because if I do, I feel like I'm gonna end up, if I push for the end, if I push for even just starting level 5, I think I'm definitely gonna end up going over. But I do worry that if I just do level 5, in part 16, then it might lead to, a complication of I run out of stuff to do in, part 16. I kind of doubt it, considering level 5, I believe, is going to be the most lengthy because, you know, end of the game. So usually final boss type stuff appears there. But even then, it's only taking me about 15 minutes for most of these levels. I guess it was like maybe 20 minutes for each level. But the game only displays however much, but I think that's because of loading screens. So I don't know. But yeah, the goal is, I guess, yeah, end of level 4 today, and then we'll do all of level 5 tomorrow, and then, I mean, I don't know what I'll do if there's extra time at the end of level 5. I'm just gonna hope there isn't, because, there really shouldn't be extra time at the end of, like extra time to fill at the end of level 5, but even if there is, it'll definitely be over 20 minutes for the episode, so that'll be fine. So yeah, I guess that leaves today shooting for the end of level 4, which, you know, I think makes sense with what we were able to accomplish last episode and the episode before. It does suck because all I'm basically doing is cutting down a 5-level series into 4 episodes, or 5-level, not series, but a 5-level mode, I guess, adventure into 4 episodes, which basically just means that I managed to do 1.25 episodes per part, which that's not how it exactly worked out, but it means that I didn't really shave it down to like 3 or something. Because, again, there's no way I'm making it to the end of level 5, so I might as well stop at the end of level 4, because then I at least still have level 5 that I can do, you know, next time, as opposed to just having half of level 5. Anyway. So, what else is there really to talk about? With this giant thing, this might be the end of level 4. We only have 4 health, which isn't my favorite given that I take a lot of hits, it seems. But considering we have the other stats maxed, it's not too bad. Just, it does kind of suck though. Alright, ice isn't gonna help us too much. Okay. Everyone gets... No. Water. Okay. Water, please. Thank you. Okay. So, It's important we have water because, of course, we're about to go into Zan Partisan. Why is she named Zan Partisan while the others are like I keep thinking it's Francisca, but it is Francisca, right? And Flamberge? Which are vaguely related to ice and fire. Oh, there's our last health upgrade. Okay, so we maxed out everything, meaning we probably missed something in level 2. Anyway. Yeah, this is probably the team I want to go in with. Yeah, our options are Staff, Beetle, Ninja, which I am, and Water, I think that was, which we already have. So, let's just head in and fight Zan Partisan. Like, maybe it's to do with, like, particles. You know. And Zan sounds like Zap or something. So, okay. We're already... To be fair, I think that they do, have less health in this, phase. Yeah, her attack was destroyed, like, immediately by my, ninja skills or whatever. Okay. 14 minutes total for the section. It was not that in actuality. Like, I really do think it has everything to do with, loading sequences. Anyway. So we cleared level 3. That's our fastest time through any given level yet, so. Next level. This is level 4, starting on, like, I wouldn't say my least favorite. I definitely think the ocean planet is probably my least favorite place in the game. But, this planet is also not really my favorite. I just, especially in Guest Star, you get so tired of, like, seeing the same themes over and over. And the planet ones stick to, like, one color each per planet. So they get especially old compared to, like, the Dreamland levels or, you know, the Pop Star levels. The Jam Bastion levels are also kind of, you know, not the best for seeing over and over. But I feel like they're a bit more manageable. Anyway, nope, that's not what we were looking for per se. We'll get Cleaning as opposed to Dribbly. Dribbly has better offensive power, but Cleaning can give us wind or water. Anything else? Yeah. So we got the key. The pictures are still here in this version, so that's good to know. What else we got here? Well, there's some fire enemies, so... I mean, fire is kind of bad in the Kirby universe as an offensive tool. Okay, so we need wind. In which case, I'm just gonna get... not lightning. Wind power. Okay. Yeah, but fire is weak to ice, wind, and water. Like... there we go. Yeah. What was I saying? Fire is weak to ice, wind, water. Compare that to ice, which is just weak to fire, or electricity, which is just weak to water, or water, which is just weak to electricity, or wind, which doesn't really exist as like a counterable element, you know, like the other ones do. But there are like multiple ways to deal with fire obstacles. Not multiple ways to really deal with ice obstacles, at least in Star Allies. In other games, there are more weapons that have fire, like not weapons, but just abilities, I guess, you know, that have fire effects. But in this game, it's like you have to give the elemental abilities from, or elements to your weapons from other abilities, so not so much. Like Hammer would normally be a great way to deal with ice, but not in this game because Hammer lost its elemental stuff so that there would be a purpose to the whole combining elements system. I don't know. I remember before this game came out, a lot of people were like, the whole elemental fusion with like swords and bombs and Squeak Squad was really cool. Why can't we have that again? And the reason that we don't have it again is because of the method they went about doing it in Star Allies. It's kind of cool, but I honestly prefer it when abilities can't combine, or if you combine... No, I take that back. I like it when abilities can combine, but I'm not a fan of when the way they go about combining said abilities is what do you want to call it? When they combine the abilities by basically... Come on. I just need to... Ninja is not great for air combat without a wall to also, you know, land on or whatever, attach to. Okay, unfortunately this extra area might have been completely pointless. I was kind of hoping it would give a power-up part, but that's fine. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so I think the idea of having to have friends to combine your abilities together, kind of dumb, to be honest. Because in my opinion, the way you did it in Squeak Squad is Kirby had a stomach in that game. And if you got abilities in bubbles or food or whatever, you can combine them to make stronger variants. So if you combine two copy abilities, it would usually result in another copy ability that I don't necessarily believe was higher value, but at the very least was different. So you could combine two copy abilities to get a different one if you didn't like the ones you had. And with sword and bombs, you can combine them with fire, ice, and lightning or plasma, whatever it was in that game. I think it was spark in that game, actually. And it would give you, you know, variants of bomb and sword with those elements. You know, people seem to really like that idea. They thought it was cool. Like, why can't we combine our sword, you know, with the other elemental abilities and stuff, you know? Like, it would be cool to bring that back. And I think if they brought it back like how it was in Kirby Squeak Squad, where you had the abilities like in a stock in your stomach and you combined them, and you did it with more abilities, I think it might have been cool. But as they did it in Star Allies, where you need to have friends who have the abilities, you know, like the helpers from Superstar. The helpers from Superstar were never that great, from what I remember. They were just okay, and, you know, you almost never played... They were almost always there because the same button to drop an ability, I believe, also gave you a helper, like, immediately. Pretty sure. I don't know. I don't know the specifics. I guess we can give everyone beam-based abilities, electric stuff. Okay. Anyway, I'm just more comfortable fighting with electric. But, oh, we're fighting a boss with barely any upgrades. Oh, we're still carrying through it, though. So, there we go. We could get fire, but I don't really care. So, what do I want to say? What is there to say? Oh, yeah. So, I think if they introduce something like that, where you could combine just the abilities in your stomach, if you have, say, if you have, you know, if you have, sorry, I'm just focusing on doing my combos so that, you know, We don't die in the fight. There we go. So, well, I'm losing my train of thought, trying to focus on the fight, but also trying to focus on coming up with what I want to say. Okay. If the, whole combining system was like you can take a sword ability and combine it with a water ability, such as water, and you get the water sword, sure. If you, and if you combine it with wing, you get the, wind sword, and if you combine it with cleaning, you could also get the bluster sword, but maybe there's also a chance that you get, the splash sword, I don't know. But, like, if they made it so you literally just combine the abilities, that would be, one thing. But they made it so that, what do you want to say? Yeah, they made it so you have to have the allies on your team. Which by itself isn't bad. It's just when you can only have 4 allies, with you at any given time, and the next time you can get that ally back if you need to replace it to solve a puzzle is when it appears in a level, unless you already beat the game, then it kind of sucks. Like, it just does. It kind of sucks, to have the ally on the team to combine your, ability or whatever. And then, should they die and you can't revive them, or just straight up, you have to solve a puzzle with a different element or something, it sucks, because then you have to find an ally of the same element later. But also, it can just suck, it can just suck to, like, there's a puzzle that requires not just an ability, but an ability combo. Most puzzles in the game are ability combos. They're easy, but because you can only have 4 allies, or 3 allies, plus yourself, it means that should you encounter a situation where, you need to have 2 completely different party members to solve a puzzle, then it becomes an issue where it's like, I don't want to give up, my teammates to solve the puzzle, especially if you've outfitted your team with all dream friends. Like, it's a decision I hard disagree with getting all dream friends on a team unless you don't care about puzzles. But even if you, don't care about puzzles, I still don't really recommend it. Unless you have very specific dream friends on the team, that work well together. Because, I don't know. It just seems like, oh, you lose one, you have to go back to the Dream Palace, It's like, yeah, you can do that as soon as you beat the level, but it still just feels like, why are you putting all the Dream Friends on one team when you're going to need at least 2 slots maybe to swap out later? But it also sucks when you get really attached to a certain couple of teammates. For example, Waddle Doo here, I don't want to have to replace unless I have to, simply because, it's Waddle Doo, right? I will replace cleaning, though. Alright, cleaning, make your replacement. But it's just a case of, I don't know. It feels like, I don't think Meta Knight got the lightning. Well, we're already halfway down, so that's probably good for something. In case there's a wrong way to do that. Anyway. So, oh, I already took down the thing. Cool. These guys don't have a lot of health. But these guys kind of suck. The only way they can damage you is by running, you know. So, come on, man. You gotta be almost dead. Okay. I'm hitting them, but not him. There we go. Okay, somebody hit him. That's good. Anyway. Back to my actual train of thought. Oh, that's a checkpoint. I'll keep going. So... I'm really struggling to figure out, what I'm trying to say. Because it's completely different from what's actually happening on screen. Wait a sec. I need to go check the puzzle. Okay, so we still need ice at some point. We're gonna need hammer. Okay, so I do want to do the puzzle. But I don't think I'm gonna grab the abilities from the bosses, because they should spawn outside the doors. Anyway. Now, I can maybe focus on saying some of what I actually want to say about, stuff. So, I think the whole combining elements specifically, and I guess just copy abilities in general, why not, fails in this game simply because you only have 4 party slots, and it can be tough to be like, oh, I really got attached to, you know, my jammer jab. You know, it's like, well, if you want to, you know, solve this puzzle, or if you want to get this combination, you'll have to give up your jammer jab. You know, and Dream Friends, since you can't easily replace them, you know, by finding an enemy in the level, it creates a whole different realm of just pain. But then, you know, some of the combinations are cool, but I guess I should get to why I started talking about this, and that's, I propose that in a future Kirby game, instead of like Star Allies, you could still have 4-person multiplayer, but don't make it like Star Allies, where like you combine things by having a certain member in your party. Instead, since most combinations, I mean, all the combinations are only between 2 abilities, so we could just instead have, we could instead just have, what do you want to call it? We could just, get, what do you want to call it? We could get the, person. No. That's not what I want to say at all. We could basically have it so that if you want to, we can make it more like 64, where you combine 2 abilities, sort of by releasing your ability and then throwing it into an enemy who has that ability. But I guess instead it would be more like only compatible abilities work. And the idea would be that the X button, which was your item slot in Forgotten Land, and Friend Heart and Star Allies, and what was it in Return to Dreamland Deluxe? The X button in Return to Dreamland Deluxe, I think, was also items for when you had them set, unless those were relocated to Y, and X was something else. I don't remember. Okay. Now we need to actually find all the abilities we need to solve this puzzle. So we need ice instead of Jammer Jab. So you can give me ice, and I'll take out the ice things. We're gonna want bonkers too. Don't touch that. Don't touch that. Okay. So there we go. Now we get rid of chili. We put our things up. Never mind. I'll take care of it myself, I guess. Oh my god. Don't touch it! God, they keep scaring me for no reason. Okay, now we need a fighter type ability. Oh, thank God, Mennonite. No. I want fighter instead of bonkers. So, I guess, like, it could be like 64, but instead of every ability having a combo, it would just be a specific few abilities that have a combo. You know, like Stone and Stone and ESP could become Geokinesis. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense. You know, like the ones that make sense is you could combine, you know, at least Spark or Plasma, whatever's in that game, and weapons to get, you know, zap whatever. You know, same goes for ice, fire, water, and I guess wing. But then also we could have really you gotta do that to me? Oh my gosh. Anyway, so yeah, you could combine all the things. This episode's gonna run long simply because what am I? Simply because I'm talking too much about other stuff. But like, yeah, you could combine the abilities, you know, but you wouldn't be able to combine like sword and ninja to get, you know, abilities, right? And then, that would have been better than Chef Kawasaki, honestly, actually. Now that I think about it. Okay. So, I need to stop going for the secrets. It's just eating up more episode time. Okay. Anyway. So you could combine, like, but then combining, like, stone and water would be, you know, curling, right? To be fair, stone doesn't have many other moves, but curling could just be, like, your side, you know, button, and then your down button is just, like, a splash stone, you know, and your normal attack could maybe also be curling, but your down one could be, like, curling, but first you drop to the ground and make a big splash, you know, or whatever, right? I just don't have enough health for how reckless I am. Don't tell me I'm all the way back at... Okay, thank God. But, you should just give me ice. Just... No, I don't... Why? I get it's because you're closest to me, but that's not a reason to, Oh my God, what is... I'm tired of this. So... Okay. Bird on. Thank you. Save me from this artist. Now what? What am I saying? So, like, first, you know, so that's how it could work with, like, water. You know, and stone with, oh, I thought that was going to be a heart. Stone with, you know, ESP could be, you know, geokinesis, like, of course, where you can move the stone after it's formed and then drop it, you know, and while it's formed, it does minor damage and eventually it'll break in something, you know. But then that would really limit the amount of moves that ability could do. It'd be more versatile than regular stone in the sense you can move it anywhere and it's charged with electric energy. But it would be worse in the sense that, you know, like, you don't have really as much ability to use different kinds of stone attacks, I guess, you know. Please, give me another power-up heart thing. I only got level 2 and level 3. Okay. Is there also a thing on top? No, but attack up is fine. Anyway, this is gonna be a long episode. The boss shouldn't take too long, but I guess I think lightning is better to have for gimme wind, thanks. Wind at least gives me better range on my you know what, actually, we'll replace chili with fire, because we're about to either go into an ice boss or at the very least have more ice level stuff to do. And fire just seems like it's gonna work out better in this specific case. Oh, I see a thing up there. Okay. Somehow fire instantly killed him. Oh, maybe it's the attack boost. Oh, there's the door. Okay. So, I don't know. It would be cool to see the elements combine. But honestly, not that cool. Just kind of neat, you know, more so than like really cool. Don't tell me that. Are we not doing the bonus planet? I don't think we did the bonus planet alpha, so maybe we won't do bonus planet beta. We did do the bonus levels for the other ones. I don't know. Unless this level is way longer than I thought. I don't know. Okay. 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 There we go. And that launches us straight into a speed heart. That's pretty good. I'm gonna bet that this goes a bit further than just Francisca, because otherwise... Oh, but the checkpoint was the water planet. I wonder why that is, like, compared to anywhere else. Alright. I think at this point I just have to try speedrun and stop really talking about ideas for ways to do the combining elements system in other Kirby games. Unfortunately, the range... Yeah, it is Francisco. I don't know. Okay. So... Then, I guess we'll just damage a bunch. I don't have a good way to hit high up foes as Ninja. Slight oversight. And something to make note of for future Kirby games. that I play. I never realized how bad Ninja was at hitting aerial foes. Mostly because I don't use it a whole lot outside of like, oh, Ninja's here, that's cool. Yeah, I guess we're gonna be doing Tau area too. Hopefully they save all the extra planets for a separate level. But, oh no, they're probably gonna make me do... I really hope that they cut the survival rooms from the level plan, I guess we could call it, you know. I'm just gonna toss a bunch of knives, I guess. There we go, he's dead. We can get rid of Burning Leo, just in case there's any fire obstacles. Okay. There we go. Oh no, they are making us do this part. Honestly, I don't care too much about this group of people. But prepare for an extra long episode because I thought this was going to be moderately short, you know. This also sucks just because my plan was to record this and then record the next episode after this and be done with basically all my recording for like the next week. And also hopefully finish up before like 10 o'clock tonight, you know, but at this rate, might be able to finish recording, but not editing. So, that kind of sucks. I think it's also just a case of I don't really, I think it's also just a case of I've been playing kind of badly through the past, this whole episode, because I've been trying to talk, but I've realized that what I want to say isn't really that important, nor is it super interesting. I mean, I'm basically just saying, you know, if they want to do the combining elements thing or the copy abilities thing, they should do it more like 64, but it shouldn't be like 64 in that everything can combine, because that'd be way too much work if we wanted every copy ability. Though at the same time, I do actually really enjoy the copy ability evolution system from Forgotten Land. I'm actually a fan of that system. I think it's just really cool, but I do also think that it just leads to you know, if we really want to combine abilities, they could be evolutions, or they could be like, I don't know, their own special combined enemies, as opposed to combining the abilities ourselves. Maybe the enemies are already a combination of electric and sword, and so you get electric sword. It's sword, but now with electric properties. Though the game would also have to be designed around puzzles where you use, you know, say, this electric sword, you know, sort of like how this game is designed around comboing your friend's abilities, you know, for its puzzles. So, it's kind of like, well, if we design it around those puzzles, we don't really get a whole lot of just, you know, beam puzzles or just ninja puzzles. You know, not that there were too many other in the games before. A lot of the times they opt for, just, a lot of times they opt for just the, like one beam puzzle where it's you use beam, one ninja puzzle where you use ninja, and a couple of like fire and ice puzzles, because fire and ice are the easiest to make puzzles for. You just bring fire or ice and you either melt the blocks, or you freeze the blocks, you know. There's not a whole lot of, you know, and then it just becomes nuanced in what blocks you melt and what blocks you don't, you know, or what blocks you freeze and what blocks you don't, you know. So, I guess the one thing that I definitely hope for is I definitely hope that Kirby doesn't go open world. I think an open world Kirby game would kind of suck. I've never understood why people like open world games. To me, it always just feels like it just makes everything aside from, like, the only thing you get out of it is a sense of I can go anywhere and explore anything. But I don't think that sense is worth the fact that, like, now it's harder to make a story that's linear and makes sense if the game is supposed to be the opposite, basically, non-linear. Not to make sense, but the game should still make sense, but if the game's supposed to be non-linear, it's hard to create a linear story, you know? So, the way that, and then, you know, difficulty scaling could be implemented, but at the same time, like, that can be hard because you have to make so many versions of, like, the same events. One for if the player has done everything, and one for if they've done nothing yet, you know. Or maybe it's going to be more of, like, a, you know, open world where you can go there, but you're not ready yet, you know. But in that case, is it really open world? You know. So many, I don't know. I think actually this is a great discussion topic for next episode, I think. Oh, we also got the Triple Deluxe artwork, and we got a lot of puzzle pieces for that one, and a couple for that one. Anyway, but yeah, this sounds like a great topic for next episode. No open world Kirby. It'll probably only end up being like a couple minutes next episode. Anyway, like I said, that'll be next time. But for now, my name has been and will be tomorrow, and the day after that, 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 and it always will be Pun Food. You know, it's probably not counting deaths in the, as well for these, times. I think it should, because the whole point of, like, going fast should be that you go fast but also do well. But whatever. And even then, 28 minutes is rough compared to, like, the 15 and 14 it took for the other levels.